Good day, everyone. Dr. Singh and Alfred Hauk here, and today we wanted to talk a little bit about acupuncture. Acupuncture is one of the core therapies that naturopathic doctors are trained to provide, and it's a really awesome treatment that does amazing things, and there's a lot of research that is more and more supporting that. It's being done as part of functional medicine, pain management, but it actually has an impact on the whole body in a really unique way. If you wanted to have a quick look, I'll show you. These are some of the, this is a diagram of all of the points in the body, and we even have some points here that show points on the hand, and it's based on meridian therapy. You can see these lines, and these are considered channels that move chi energy through the body, and by specifically needling certain points, you manipulate that energy and change it and move the body into a better position to heal. There's a lot to it. Obviously, it takes years of study, but it is a very unique therapy and it has amazing benefits. So I wanted to introduce that, and that's something that we do. Dr. Singh does a lot of acupuncture. Actually, all of our NDs do quite a bit of acupuncture, including things that build on the meridian therapy model, which is things like cupping, things like acupressure, reflexology. Those things all actually build on that same paradigm. So I wanted to just turn the floor over to Dr. Singh, and he's going to explain a little bit more about it, and then he's going to demonstrate to you what it looks like to put a needle in.
Yes, thank you, Alf. So as Dr. Hauk was mentioning, I believe, traditional Chinese medicine, they say there's over 2,000 acupuncture points, which are all connected by these pathways or meridians that you were mentioning. And as Dr. Hauk was saying, it's the flow of chi, and you want to harmonize that flow of chi. When there's disruption in that flow, we feel on any particular meridian, that's what we feel is related to disease or symptoms that may come about. So when we're actually needling a point, so there's a nerve reflex that is sent to our brain. So to put it simply, that nerve is going to stimulate your brain to release, among other things, endorphins, or natural anti-inflammatory chemicals, if you will. So there's not only a local relaxation effect, but there's a systemic effect as well. And as you know, Dr. Hauk, acupuncture, we use it for a whole diverse set of different types of ailments, from stress, anxiety, pain management is huge. Yeah. So fibromyalgia, muscular issues, sciatica, the list goes on and on.
It's actually quite interesting how often patients will be surprised that you can put needles in your hand and it'll affect your headache, or needles in your feet and it'll affect your digestion.
Yes.
So it really is quite interesting how clinically these things you can see.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And then you mentioned the head. So the point that I'm going to demonstrate for all of you out there is called large intestine 4, or LI4. And the way that we locate it is if you put your thumb beside your forefinger, index finger, it is the highest point on that muscle there. And I'll show it on Dr. Hauk. And that's basically where LI4 is, that's how we locate it. So I would mark the point. I'm going to swab the area with an alcohol pad. And that point specifically is used for things like headaches, toothaches, facial pain, neck pain. It definitely is a point that we use for ailments here and now.
You can actually see the meridian runs right up here from the thumb up into the shoulder, up into the forefront, right up into the jaw. Yes. So it's kind of an interesting meridian or channel, as you were saying. Yeah.
So if you are good,
I'm brave.
Yes, you are.
I'm brave. I'll do this.
And I find, it's more the anticipation of if someone has never had acupuncture, and then once, we've done a few points, that's all there was to it, right?
It's remarkably painless, and the needle is very thin. We use disposable needles now, and back 30 years ago, some people still had autoclaves, but that's long, long gone. It's all disposable, non-reusable needles, and what is interesting is they're very thin. They're thinner than the E string of a guitar. They're just amazingly a thin little needle, really.
Yeah. And they come in different sizes, of course, but I would say I'm using what I would term a medium-size acupuncture needle. So I'm first going to actually point, as I said, if I join your thumb to your forefinger, the highest point of this muscle here, I'm going to mark it. And because we've done this a few times, we can often just eyeball it. So I'm just marking it first. I'm gonna take a alcohol pad. And I just like to do it a third time. And we're now gonna basically, and you've had acupuncture before, so this is
Many times.
yes. So we've done the insertion. Looks like Dr. Hauk survived.
I did?
Yes.
Gosh, my
and-
headache is gone.
And typically when we're obviously doing a treatment, we're going to do a thorough intake, decide what the underlying factors are, and then if we're doing an acupuncture protocol, we would design an individualized case, select points that are going to address the concerns that they're coming in with. And generally speaking, most patients would then relax with the acupuncture about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I just find that a lot of people will comment that I'm just happy that I'm able to, relax for 20, 30 minutes, and we get great therapeutic results.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. It's a lovely treatment. It's something that I enjoy doing and a lot of patients really benefit from. So thank you for listening. I hope this was interesting and informative.
Thank you.